Today we'll talk about fear and how intuition and fear are connected, and how can we work on ourselves with fear, especially the psychological fear, and ease our body with that energy. So, fear is a biological survival response to perceived threat. It is not a weakness nor purely psychological. It's a whole body state designed to protect you. So you must understand that our nervous system preparing for this organism to survive, that's why fear is very much needed. There's a part of our brain, it's called amygdala. It is responsible for fight, flight, or freeze in the situation where we feel that there's a danger coming towards us, and the body gets prepared for that action to take. And I think before the thought and any other psychological thing arises, body naturally is designed to take a step, an action, which is like either it freezes and it knows that it's not going to be hurt, or it runs away, or it starts to fight. That's a very natural phenomenon which we all know. We have done it and we are aware of it. Now the psychological fear is a completely different thing. So in modern threats, of course we rarely have a physical threats, and on the contrary, we have pretty much every threat is our psychological threat, because there's no a tiger isn't coming towards us, we're not living in caves, we don't have those kinds of threats. So nowadays our threats, which are again which are very social threats, but they feel very real. Now you must understand that mind doesn't know the difference between a perceived threat or an imaginary threat, something which is happening to you right now, or something which you have an imagination for, it's coming from the memory, you're imagining for the future, or it's even happening right now. Mind fully doesn't understand the difference between that. That's a good thing, because then it works for us also. So for instance, nowadays a psychological fear would look like a rejection from somebody, not included in social situations, abandonment of any sort, and then as well as that, a failure, not being successful, not having the sort of the wealth you expect yourself to be at this stage of your life, or any professional success. As well as that, it's a loss of control, when we feel the life is not in our control and we're not feeling it. All these fears are very much psychological. They don't have a real presence outside of us, because how we being rejected, again, it's a very personal thing. If somebody is rejecting you, they may not even mean to do that. They are not even rejecting us as we are perceiving it. So everything psychological is really, it's happening in our mind, and how we take it, that our nervous system joins in, and before we know, we have this big havoc and mess created within our psyche. And it's only created by the by psychological fear. There is nothing happening outside of us, and maybe those people are not even doing, or they don't even have any intention of giving us all those anxieties and depressions and fears and all that. So we must understand that fear is very much imaginary when it's a psychological fear, and we can work on it and we can get out of it also. So actually the nervous system reacts to these as if they are physical threats, and this is why emotional pain feels very physically intense. It feels because the nervous system takes a psychological fear as well as the physical fear the same way. So because this mind is a very ancient mind, and we have generational trauma also coming into our system, our ancestral also trauma is with us, which is scientifically proven in our DNA. We are carrying those wounds which our ancestors had, and our generational trauma comes from our grandparents or great grandparents, and we are all storing it in our mind and in our body, because it's in our DNA. So somebody has to work on themselves and break that chain of the generational trauma. You must know and feel that some of your fears are very much related to our childhood, and perhaps before that, that when you had an exam and you probably failed your exam, or you didn't know the answer to that. So it actually, in your body, in your physical, in your bones, in your tissues, you felt that fear. At least I did, and I think I carried fear all my life, and that was one of the things which I said, that I just want to free of this feeling, at least the psychological and the physical part of the fear. It would just take me, completely consume me, especially when I used to have exams, even the entrance exam of my year 3 and year 4, because my father was serving one of the forces, and we used to move base to base every 3 years or 4 years. And we used to have those entrance exam in our schools, and I was like very young. I used to be like, what, my age would be perhaps like 6 years old, sometimes 7, 10 years old, because every 2-3 years we used to move. And I still remember the amount of fear my body used to endure, and I didn't know what was going on inside of me, and I had no clue that this fear is coming from some childhood trauma or something, which I really don't think so, that I had a traumatic childhood or any kind of fear was generated in my childhood. So it really truly used to consume me, and I think because of that, I wanted to understand what fear is. How is this fear in my body so much that it's actually affecting my day-to-day life, as well as that my decision making, my choices, and my whole psyche was really taken by it. So if somebody is not talking to me, or somebody is telling me that you are not looking great, or certain things, and people used to be mean, of course, certain family members or friends and stuff, and it used to really truly affect me. And I think there came a point I was so tired of it, I started to look for answers from within myself. Then as like any other learning, the books started to appear, the people started to come into my life, the mind started to open, and before I knew, little by little, my fear started to get to dissolve. And from there on, I started to look at my limiting beliefs and so on and so forth. That work served me tremendously. The societal fear got dissolved, or at least it got lessened to a degree that I, at the age of 21, left my country and went on to explore myself. I didn't even have enough funds, just a very limited fundings I had, and I just left. I had this very strong intuition to for your growth, you have to leave this country. And no matter how much I wanted to shed that intuition, it just wouldn't go. So intuition is another part which is related to your fear. As your psychological fear lessens and you understand your psyche and your mind, what really happens, your intuition starts to sharpen, and you are then living in your body and believing in yourself, and all sorts of those beliefs come about, and they really truly help you. So there could be learned fear also in your psyche, like something you've learned from your childhood in the past event, that created a strong emotional charge in your nervous system, and you store it. So similarly, like the trigger, if there is no longer any danger, but that still you have a memory in your mind stored somewhere of that charge, that somebody has humiliated you in your childhood and brought about so much shame in your system. So that would be carried forward, and every time you'll have something similar event happened, you get triggered, and we're living from those childhood memories which brought about that same amount of shame and kind of guilt and anger, and you couldn't express it. So remember, body always keep the score. Whatever has happened in your childhood, it will keep it there, and because it's not in your in your conscious mind, you would have no awareness of it, that something happened. Maybe you had a memory of it, but memory sometimes it just fades, and we overlook it, and we don't know that how the fear is still in us, and that actually paralyzes us to a degree that when we have intuition, before we are about to decide or choose, that fear comes, and the charge actually comes in your body. Viscerally you feel it in your body, and you get paralyzed, and your choices are made from that fear instead of intuition. So remember, intuition is something which actually arises from your gut. It's a very subtle feeling which you will know that it's not nagging you time and time again, and something which comes from your mind, from your psychological mind, which has a lot of fear attached to it, and it keeps coming back and nagging you like with full force after every 5 minutes, telling you, oh, if you haven't done that, this is going to happen, you must do that, you should do that, you should have done that. So it has a lot of like story attached to it, and as well as story, it has like this kind of fear attached to it. So you would know the difference, that intuition it doesn't backed up by fear. It's just a very subtle voice, comes from your gut, and then you feel it in your body, and you feel as if it came as a thought, but it's actually not a thought. It's a kind of a subtle feeling which feels like something which is coming from a very a kind place, something very non sort of charged space from it's coming from. That's how you know the difference between intuition and fear. So now when you have to make a choice between two things, seemingly that you have to make a choice, like in my case, for instance, I'm just telling you from my first intuition, which I remember that I followed, which came about that you must leave the country. And I was very young. I hadn't really traveled abroad on my own, and I tried to just shun that feeling, and I thought that it's just a feeling, it's just probably my desire, and it's just gonna go at some point. But it never went. And as I looked into, at that time I was working on my limiting beliefs and stuff. I was very young, especially the part of the world I come from. 21 is a very young age, and girls don't really leave their parents' home independently and make their career, and from there they grow and see the world and stuff. So it was a very sort of non-conventional kind of a thought and a situation I was in, and I just pondered on that. And then there came a point I just could not go beyond that. And what really happened then, I just decided to go deeper into myself and feel whether it's intuition or it's coming from somewhere else. And then when I dug deeper, it was actually my intuition, and it wasn't coming from my mind, because it didn't have a lot of fear attached, although mine was coming and telling me the story that you should not go. So that's how I knew that this is intuition, which is subtly telling me that you should further go for your development and take that step forward. Whereas the mind was coming and putting fear into me that you mustn't go, you shouldn't go, because if you go, then this will happen, that will happen, and you will have no longer a life of your own or a career or something, and you will be a failure. So again, you choose your authentic self. For that, you need to be very courageous. That's another skill and trait you need to have in you, and you need to work on your being courageous. And if a person is in survival mode, or if a person is a victim consciousness and is not being a provider for themselves, then it's very hard for you to take those kind of decisions. So provision is very important for a person, whether you're a girl or a boy. It has to start from there, and from there on, you need to sort of look into your intuition and see the difference clearly, that whether I'm following my intuition and being authentic, or I am choosing fear and then keeping the society happy, my extended family happy, because a lot of people, family member and friends even, my extended friend circle, they came and they actually sabotage my intuition, and they just tried to tell me that do not go, because if you will leave your parents' house, nobody's gonna come, and even nobody's gonna marry you, as far as they went, and that you'll have no future, you'll be left alone, because you're leaving your friends, you're leaving your family, you'll have nothing left. And something within me just kept going, and listening to my heart, I think, was the best thing I did. From there on, I just relied on my intuition, and life has never disappointed me. Thank you.